And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the semifinals, the first of two semifinals here in the WardiTV Monday number 36. Welcome back, and I hope you're ready for a ZVT. Let's go. We have our Terran versus Zerg. We have spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Incorporeal. We have our French Terran player living in the land of South Korea, representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. On Team 0MS, let's go. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Zerg player, the red Zerg player himself from South Korea, representing Weibo Gaming. It is SHIN. He's unbound, unbroken, untethered. The excuses are out. No more ping, as we are in Korea. Let's go. Now, for those that do not know, we actually hopped on this quite a lot. Even now, we still bring it up every now and then. Clem, he was in Korea last year. He did spend some time in Korea. I want to say he was like in Korea for 2 months, was it? Maybe a month and a half, leading up to EWC. Leading up to EWC, Clem, he did spend some time. They did book an Airbnb, and it was Clem, Trigger, Estrella, and Future. And I think maybe a couple of others, but they were all in Korea together to practice and get ready for EWC. And it looks like, it sounds like they're doing the same thing. They're doing the same thing once again, where they are booking together an Airbnb. They're all hunkering down and practicing, training, and improving in Korea, getting ready for EWC. For those who may be unaware, Esports World Cup is next month. It's next month. It's in July. It's in July, so it's right around the corner. I should say that this month we have Dallas. Next month is Home Story Cup, is Star Zagora, and then right after that, bam, it is going to be EWC as well. So there's just a lot of tournaments. Are right around the corner. And Clem, he's there to boot camp. He's there to train, to get ready, and to prepare for the tournament to come. Let's go. Let us go. And also, before I get ahead of myself, predictions now open. Place your bets in the chat for who you believe will take the series. Best of luck. As I mean, Clem was already the world champion. He was already winning everything, but now with 0 ping, it's gonna be hard to bet against Clem, to be honest. We'll see though. We'll see. Best of luck. As we are settling in. Again, I would say that Clem has the best TvZ in the world. You don't get better than, in general, TvZ, TvP. We don't have to talk about TvT. That's fine. But here we go. Reaper pokes in. And so far, SHIN is keeping up. Is zoning away. Goes at initial tumors. And behind this, going for a third CC before Starport. Economic build here by Clem. Is going for his economic opener. Likewise, keeping tabs here on SHIN. SHIN likewise going for a standard opener himself. So far, we're just settling in. Really, we're waiting for the first 7-minute push, to be honest. There's going to be some dancing involved. There's going to be a bit of a back and forth here when it comes to our initial units. When it comes to Hellion aggression, when it comes to Banshee follow-up as well. But there shouldn't be any major damage, at least until the first push. Like ZVT early game, we're just going through the motions here. Spreading creep, connecting bases, saturating. It's a dance between SHIN and Clem when it comes to trying to get into a mineral line, and again, SHIN should be able to keep up. So Clem is going to be fortifying, just reinforcing with extra Hellions, looking for a dive, looking for a way in. And from here says fly, but last SHIN, he will punish. Oh, he tries to. He does attempt to. Nice movement here from Clem. He gets surrounded. Hellions get surrounded. SHIN, he will shut this down, and SHIN, he will hold. Whew, so far, so good. SHIN, he cleans up the Hellions. From here, he can drone. He is now free to completely drone up, saturate his third base, saturate, and get a fourth base as well. As Clem does overextend. Oh, Clem getting too excited. He's like, oh my god, I come back with my Hellions. Let's go. It's like, Pappy. Respect the links, Pappy. Aye. So from here, we can calm down, spread creep, connect bases. Likewise, Clem back at home and claiming his third. and get into his own 3-1-1 setup. And we're gearing up towards a 7-minute push. Double eBay, double upgrades, stim, combat shields, cloaks are on the way. And we're waiting for that push. When it comes to the defensive setup here on Incorporeal, it is going to be a little bit difficult to save or protect the 4th base. It's very out in the open here. A lot of this will come down to creep. Like, if the creep is solid, if the creep is not just connecting bases, but out on the map as well, then SHIN can take a fight. Speaking of, the creep is spreading. Oh, it was. As the tumor is denied. The queens are busy and the base is going to be cancelled. Ay, ay, ay. A rough start here for SHIN. As there we go, the base is denied. SHIN stuck on 3 bases. And SHIN, he needs that 4th. Banshees, they try to find a queen. Oh, they will. 1 queen goes down. Banshees, they get 4 drone kills. And a queen. And a base. Black Wesley's, they get spotted by the Hellions, by the Zelnaga tower. SHIN gonna be forced back. Clem denying creep. And what's scary here is that these active tumors are falling, and this means that this 4th base is so vulnerable when it comes to the push. We spoke about it, like, from the beginning of the game, how it comes down to that first big timing attack with the 1-1 upgrades. And Clem, he's setting up very nicely for it. And again, SHIN, he has to fight for this creep. Otherwise, there's no saving the expansion. Hellions, they're gonna get caught in. They're gonna get pinned in. Link Bane rolling forward. 1 Baneling goes up. Hellions are cleaned up. But here comes the main army. Now, only Marines. Okay, only the Marines. The tanks are being left at home. Oh, when I say left at home, oh, they're stuck. The Sim City. Clem, the tanks are trapped. I'd say no, forced to pick up. Forced to pick up. And will he notice the tanks? Oh, he does. Oh no, they're still trapped. Still getting used to the map itself, it seems. Again, this is a relatively new map pool. SimCity here is lacking for Clem. He does break out. Catching an Overlord. The tanks are still getting trapped. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, the worker can move through. But this means I think SHIN holds. Yeah, SHIN, he holds. Behind this, it's an 8-Rax. It's an 8-Rax 3-base all-in from the side of Clem. So he is going for the all-in. Basically, what's happening here is that no gases, no force TC, extra axes here with no add-ons, making 12 Marines at a time. It's pure Marine tank. And the goal here is to end the game. It's to break SHIN. The creep is looking decent, but now it's receding. SHIN joining up to 80, building up his Ling Bane Hydra. This area is very open, so SHIN can attempt this around. Like, this may be the best fight that SHIN can hope for, is out here in the open. Here we go, he does collapse in. It does pull the trigger. Bailing's rushing forward, tanks are cleaned up, and SHIN, he is holding. Yeah, he's holding on, he shuts down all the Marines. Hydras, they push on forward, and I believe SHIN should have enough. Oh, I say that, that's more Marines coming in. Remember, making 12 at a time. But now no more tanks. No more tanks, only 2 more Banelings. No detection. Everyone's here just now morphing in. Banshees overextend. Banelings are completing. Oh my god. The target firing is brutal. Yeah, brutal target firing, but regardless, SHIN, he does hold. He cleans up the army. Again, that first fight was ideal. First fight was also delayed. And Clem is in trouble. Clem, he's in trouble here. Trying to make a stand. Nice target firing once again. Marines, oh my, they just stand and stim. Jesus. They get surrounded by Lings, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Marines, they stim, they win, they shut down the Lings, they shut down the Banelings. They get on top of the Hydras. And Clem is still just rallying, is still trying to end the game. behind this, getting very late for CC. But Lings are here to delay. Clem is forced back. He's forced back home. He's forced back home. And Shinny's buying more time. Remember, Shinny's on 80 workers. Now we can take him into Hive. The Hive is still late. I will say that. Clem does threaten. SHIN once again going for the counterattack. Remember, it's one of those things where Clem, now he's able to play on low ping, but so is SHIN. Now he's also able to play on that. No longer constrained by the NA server. They can both spread their wings, be at their best. Oh. Going up. SHIN keeping up. Clem still rallying. Behind this, he does expand. He still hasn't made SCVs, still on 66 workers, like, again, barely an economy. But Clem has a massive army to compensate. He has a massive army supply lead. And once again, still pushing in. Once again, there's barely any creep here. SHIN without Hive. Can he break this? He's looking for that surround. SHIN, he's going for it. Takes down one tank, but not this time. Yeah, this time Bailey's a trickling forward. They're going to be cleaned up. The tanks are reset. Okay. Needs up all the tanks. Oh my god. Ah, no, SHIN. He's trapped. He gets locked in. And Roxay do football. And Clem, he's done it. Clem, he has done it. It took a couple of tries. It took a couple of waves. But Clem, he breaks on through again. The A-Ranks overwhelms. SHIN, he was a little bit too late when it came to his Hive tech, and GG gets called. Clem with the A-Rex with a 3-way soul in. He will take game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Again, I will say it was an impressive defense initially by SHIN to be able to survive the first wave, to get the surround and to force back the army. But as you mentioned, even though he did defend, even though he got away with 80 workers, he failed to get the Hive. He had the infestation bit, but the Hive was late, the Hive was delayed, so because of that, he was overwhelmed. Whether it's going into Ultras or going to Vipers, you can go for either one. But without them, it's so difficult to keep up with pure Marine tank like that. Like the momentum and the momentum and the pressure that Clem exudes with that build is just insane. And GG. In the end, SHIN was broken. In the end, SHIN could not keep up. And with that, that leads us into game number 2. Solid defense from SHIN though. Yeah, the first wave, like against the initial wave of the all-in, like it was a solid defense there from SHIN. But again, he needed to get ready for the next step, and that's where Clem overwhelmed. Clem could keep going, and with that, game 2 is going to be on Maganatha. Let's go. Getting into Maganatha. Getting into the largest map in the map pool. Now, because this map is so large, this is going to deter 8-Raxes, but Clem, he really does enjoy aggressive play in TvZ. So he might just go for it anyway, even if it's a little bit weaker on this map. We'll see. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Maganatha, we have the French Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Weibo Gaming, WBG. It is SHIN. Again, just so aggressive there from Clem in that last game. And here we load into the largest map in the map pool, a very large map. But what I will say in favor of something like another 8-Rax is that these bases are very spread out. They're very spread out, but these are, I would say, a little bit more defendable. For example, we have our 3rd base, we have our 4th base. This time, there are more choke points. There are more choke points, which actually, I would say that kind of favors the aggressing player coming into this kind of, in this matchup specifically. It can make it a little bit more difficult for Ling Bane to try to engage here. As you can see, if we're taking this area as an example for the 4th base, it's less open, right? If it's more open, that's better for the Zerg because there's less Sim City, there's less terrain working against the Link Bane, the melee army of the Zerg player. But here, with all these terrain obstacles, I should say, with areas where tanks that can be pinned against a wall or bio army can also kite back as well, they can also knock down some of these towers. I would say it would be more difficult for SHIN to deal with that kind of build here, if it occurred on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, I mean, there's no reason to, right? Like, there's no way you're expanding towards the left-hand side here as a Zerg player. So, we'll see if Clem commits again. We shall see. SHIN will expand. Like, the fact that on Incorporeal, the area outside of the fourth base was just so open was benefiting SHIN, and that also helped him, you know, defend against the initial wave. But that feature is not here on Maganatha. The map feature. So Clem does poke in. Behind this third CC before starport, everything so far is looking normal. Everything so far is looking standard, which is what we expect. Really, we're going to be keeping our eyes on the gases at the third base and at the Rax production in the main. And even before that, we're going to be keeping an eye on the 1-1 timing as well. Until then, though, it is a bit of a dance between Clem and SHIN once again. It's all about Clem maintaining control of the creep and make sure that SHIN doesn't just... I mean, SHIN should be able to at least connect his bases, but make sure that SHIN doesn't have any creep active on the map. Make sure there are no active tumors. It's going to be on Clem. As there's the add-on swap going to Hellion Banshee. Now, last game we did see Clem overextend with his first wave of Hellions. True. Did overextend. So this time I'm hoping he's just a little bit more conservative with them. Just calm down. Pokes in, takes down the active tumor. Again, that's what he's looking for. The active tumors. Rotates over. Threatens the mineral line, does pull away. Banshees are building up. As the bases are being connected. SHIN is reached that first step. Likewise, 2 more racks is getting to a 3-rack setup. So again, Clem looking for a way in. Okay, we are spreading creep on the right-hand side. Creep is spreading. Banshee into the main. Oh! He doesn't quite commit. Gets a drone. Pulls away. He's holding his own. Likewise, now getting to a 5-rack setup here from the side of Clem. Double eBays, double upgrades. Clem is settling in. Meanwhile, it's going to be Ling Bane once again from SHIN. Going to a faster lair into double evo chamber. Meanwhile, not again! Oh, meanwhile, just like last time, 4th base is denied. Oh. And the problem is that there's no other option. There's no other 4th base to take here, as opposed to the last map, as opposed to Incorporeal. Lings are coming for this around. Nice catch. They shut down the Hellions. Hellions are surrounded. Clem does overextend. But what I mean by that is that you're not taking a 4th base towards the left-hand side. Like, that's not an ideal 4th. Likewise, you're not expanding towards the Terran player either. So there's only one option. As opposed to Incorporeal, where you could double expand. This base takes a lot of hits. I mean, he's going for it. Bold move. SHIN is double expanding. I mean, he has to. He has to double expand because he's behind. Does take bottom left, but this is going to be a tough base to hold on to. Jesus. Let's go. It's just so isolated. And the problem is that I've seen many a Terran player come in, spot this base, and just kill these rocks. Just destroy the towers to make sure that there's no way to reinforce or no way to just save the space. Go in, knock down the towers, and just kill the expansion. The idea of these towers being here is it's very Troy. It's very Troy. If you're familiar with the Brood War map, with the SE Evo map, which makes sense that that Hyper One made this map now. It's very Troy-esque. Then does rotate. Do see SHIN collapsing in. One tank is on siege. Nice catch. Getting both tanks. Yeah, both tanks going to be going down. And Clem caught with his pants down. And SHIN taking the best fight he could. Collapsing the Marines, cleans them up, and SHIN holds. Whew. SHIN, he does hold on again. Clem just caught on siege out in the open. The creep is continuing to spread. Clem dropping into the main. Gets a queen. Takes down a queen, but SHIN is holding likewise. Bottom left has gotten up. And behind this, do you see what I see? I see a fourth command center. Whew, okay, so remember, last game, Clem, he went for a 3-base all-in. He went for an 8 ranks 3-base all-in. This time, gases are being taken, gases are being saturated, and Clem is expanding before his 8 racks. So Clem is actually macroing this time. We're building up into a longer game state, which means Clem is not pushing with his main army. He's dropping, of course. Does find the base, but instead we're going for a drop play. It's going to be on SHIN to keep up with that drops. Base is getting low, and the expansion is going to go down. Now, ooh, does lose a full medivac for it, but as we mentioned, it's just so difficult to maintain this expansion for any race, really. Yep, there's a cancel. Clem pushing forward, clearing up a lot of creep. Oh, and there were no active tumors on the right-hand side. There's 0 active tumors here. Army comes in for a flank. Mine shots going off. Some juicy mine connections. Clem does pull away, but Clem has momentum. Clem, he has a lot of momentum here. He can just keep on going. Meanwhile, we're trying to keep the creep going. There's 2 tumors thrown down. We have 2 tumors left. And Clem is overwhelming. Just knocking down bases. Denying creep. We have some Banelings rolling in. Only 4 Banelings though. Nice start stepping. Clem slips away. Oh, some of the Banelings do connect. Let's go. 4 Banelings, that's all you need. Takes down most of the army. Forces Clem back. But SHIN has to recover not to overextend. He has to pull away. Does pull away. Oh. Likewise, Clem dropping past. Still rallying across the map. Clem is still just parade pushing. He knows how close he is to breaking SHIN. As SHIN, he's barely treading water here. Oh. Comes in from behind. Mine shots, not good enough. Yeah, without the speed zones, SHIN, he just got. Oh my god, the brutal mine connections though. Yeah, the mine shots are brutal, and SHIN here extends. Here extends into the minefield. Yo, we got the speed. Bailey's coming in. Once again, the mine connection. Would have been brutal. Catching out Banelings, catching out Lings. SHIN, he plummets in supply. And SHIN, again, he has no creep here outside of his 5th. Thankfully, does have some active tumors here outside of his 4th. But Clem rotates. A checks for an expansion. She's just keeping up. Clem going for a split push. Clem is maxed. It's max time moving in. Shin again, he's trying to hold on, but he can't engage. Again, there's just no creep here. Once again, I start firing on the mainlings. Mine shots on the lings. Mine shots are going off. Shin, he does save the base. Let's go. Saves the expansion. Behind this, do we have a hive? Ooh, no hive. No, this is similar to the last game. Remember in game one, what killed Shin was lack of hive and lack of hive tech, referring to whether it was ultras or vipers, specifically vipers, in that kind of game state. Here, likewise, Shin, he's on lair tech. He's stuck on lair tech. So as the game progresses, Clem's army is just getting better and better. 3-3 is almost done. 3-3 is almost done. The quality of the army is just snowballing out of control, and again, Shin just can't keep up. The base is going to go down. Shin, he's going for the all-in, going for the base raid. Oh, the mine shots though. Oh my god, oh god. The mine shots are brutal. Bailings, they do crash into the mineral line, which is nice, but this is not good enough. As Clem, he does race back home. Leaves out 9 SCVs. Shin trying to get on top of those ghosts. We'll see if he can. Yeah, the positioning is just too good here. GG gets called. Shin, he cannot get this around, and Clem will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. A very intense back and forth there between Clem and Shin. Again, Shin, he was able to keep his head above water for a lot of that game, which was impressive. He was barely hanging on, barely holding on, but we saw that he wasn't teching. He was stuck on lair tech, stuck on Lingbane Hydra. He could not tech up, or he didn't have the tech to get into something like lurker tech or ultras or vipers or 3-3 or adrenal. So over the course of the game, he just fell behind. He fell behind. He was outscaled. In the end, he was forced into the all-in. The all-in did not get enough damage done, and GG. GG well played. With that, Clem will take the series, and Clem will make it to the grand finals, waiting for the winner of our next semis. It's going to be a Protoss. But which one? We have a PvP between Hero and Creator. Let's go.